That's impressive. That is seriously impressive. Today we're going to be talking about RV stabilization, trying to answer the question, which provides more stability for your RV, powered stabilizer jacks or manual scissor jacks? So recently I did a video on DIY versus manufactured stabilizers that you can add to your rig. The 2x4s on the DIY version go up and they brace the frame at 45-degree angles, and it's really impressive how much the DIY inexpensive version outperformed the commercial version available for those stabilizers. But in doing that testing, I thought about, my RV has electronic stabilizer feet. And I've always wondered, the rigs that come with the manual scissor jacks, which one is better? Obviously the convenience of the powered jack is there, but if the scissor jacks provide better stability, well, I want the stability over the convenience of pressing the button, at least at this point in my life. So I went ahead and I ordered some 5,000-pound scissor jacks, one for each corner, so I've got 4 of them. We're gonna do some jumping around testing. We've got a spirit level we're gonna put on the counter inside and see, compared to the powered jacks, how do the manual scissor jacks perform? Let's get them set up and start going. All right guys, so we got the RV all ready to go for this control group. I took out all the stabilizers that were up there, and so it's just chalked. We've got Fastway 1 steps on one side and Anderson levels on the other side. The electronic stabilizers are up, so it's just the tongue jack and then the wheel chocks. And I left the awning out because I think that's going to be pretty cool to see and give us a little more visual in addition to the spirit level of how much this thing moves about. So let's get started. Jump back and forth a bit. I can feel the rig moving a ton, as I'm sure you can see in both the awning and the spirit level. Should be good. Now let's go put the electronic stabilizer jacks down and see how that compares. All right, now we've got the electronic stabilizer jacks down. Let's go ahead and give that a try. Still getting the bubble pretty far outside the lines on that spirit level. All right, so now we're gonna take the electronic stabilizer jacks up and we're gonna put the manual scissor jacks in, not necessarily down because they're not attached to the trailer right now. We're just gonna put them where they would be and on the blocks, the same blocks that we use for the electronic power ones. However, we're gonna have to move it over a little bit just because I can't put them in the same spot that the other jacks are. All right, so now we've got the scissor jacks installed. Those are 5,000-pound jacks. When I was looking around trying to get a reference of what size scissor jacks to use, that seemed to be pretty common for a trailer of my size. Unfortunately, when I was looking up the Lippert electronic jacks that are on the RV, there was no sort of rating to be able to compare them. So we're just gonna have to go with 5,000 pounds being good size for a trailer that's 35 feet long, right around 9,000 pounds. So now we've got the stabilizer jacks on there. Let's get jumping around. Holy crap. Wow. There is no comparison here. I'm trying to get the bubble outside. There's a little bit. Oh. Well, there we go. And if you want to dive deeper with other RVers about all things RV, DIY projects, gear reviews, travel locations, anything RV, come on and join us over at the RV Gear and Far Group. I'll make sure to put a link in the description box below. We'd love to have you. So the scissor jacks did much better than the electronic jacks, and from what I could observe looking at that bubble level. Makes sense. You got stabilizers that are a bit farther out. They're going straight up and down versus at 45-degree angles. With just a leg. It's not a 45-degree angle with a triangle like it's a. So it makes sense that the stabilizer jacks, scissor jacks, the manual ones, are performing better. I'm curious to know, and I'm gonna go try now, if I put the DIY stabilizers, the 2x4s that we did in the last video, to sit outside the frame with the stabilizer jacks, how rock solid can we get this trailer? I'm gonna go put those on and we're gonna do one more test. So here we are with the DIY 2x4s and the scissor jacks. Wow. That's impressive. That is seriously impressive. Very cool, very cool. So what did I observe? Well, I observed that the manual scissor jacks, the 5,000-pound ones, they stabilized the trailer a whole lot better than the electronic ones that came on my rig. Now, again, I couldn't find any information as to what, they're rated to, but Lippert did not have any other options for that product. There's ground leveling and complete leveling systems that you could put on a fifth wheel or a trailer, but as far as the electronic stabilizer jacks, just the legs that go down, this was the only option. So it's impressive to see how much, some stabilizer jacks, adding them to the... Now my concern would be is if I'm going to use the scissor jacks, do I also use the electronic stabilizers as well? I'll have to play around with that. Leave me a comment down below. What do you think? Should I use just the scissor jacks or should I use them both? I don't think I'm taking the electronic ones off because, when I sell this trailer, when we move to something different, I'm not going to want to have that equipment removed. I'm not going to get anything out of it. So we're going to leave those on and I'm going to add in the manual scissor jacks. That's pretty cool. I did not think that it was going to be so rock solid. I had a hunch that the scissor jacks would be better stabilizing than the electronic ones, but I didn't think it would get that good. And then with the DIY 2x4s on there, I mean, this thing is like it's up on blocks. It's awesome. That is super cool. I'm very happy with those results. So if you enjoyed this video and you'd like to see more of it, go ahead and show me some appreciation down below. Subscribe to the channel, click that thumbs up, share it with your friends, because I think this is pretty interesting, seeing the manual versus electronic, convenience versus stability. And if I can grab my drill out or hand crank and put those 4 jacks down to get better stabilization, I'm totally going that way. Until next time, I'm Joshua. Take care. Happy trails.